Hi everyone. So just taking a minute here and seeing who might be able to pop in. I had a little, not technology flood this morning, but as you know from my post, we just had to push this back by 30 minutes because they were doing some construction downstairs, and I didn't think that vacuums and drills were really going to be conducive to you guys being able to hear me fully and completely and be able to concentrate on what we're meant to do here, which is not be offered the opportunity to learn through being patient with other people doing things. Which is really interesting, and I'm actually going to start with that message before I move into today. So in the past, a lot of, had that happened, right? Had I planned this Facebook Live for you guys, and then, something that was out of my control came up and suddenly I needed to shift it, I would have come into a lot of blah, blah, blah around that, about what that meant about me as a coach and how I was going to be perceived and all of these things. And today I did it and I said, wow, well, Spirit must not be working on my timeline today. So I'm going to do what I feel is the most valuable approach in this situation, and that's I'm going to start at 12:30 today. And so I took that approach, right? And I think that there's a lot of learning that we can take from this and apply it to what we're doing here specifically in our 5-day challenge, which is all about the real foundational work that we need to put inside of ourselves before we really launch forward into to our plan of action in our goals. Because in the Western world, we've been taught set a goal, go, like create a plan, and through will and determination force your way through there. But what that often does is leave us in a cycle of ups and downs, because we are constantly measuring our success by our external outcomes, right? So we're looking for validators outside of ourselves. And I see this so often with my coaching clients, and with, when I'm working one-on-one with people, and then also with my cleansers. They'll allow themselves to get frustrated because they're not yet hitting the weight that they've decided that is the best weight for them to be at, or they're just not seeing the results as fast as they want to, and according to their own personal expectations. And when we have expectations, oh, hi, Yvette, I'm so glad you were able to make it. Sorry about the delay, but it's all perfect. So when we have these expectations and we put these expectations out into the world, and we allow our actions to be fueled by that, then what we really do is we set ourselves up for failure, because we are allowing external circumstances to really be the validators of why we are even doing something in the first place, right? So that's a lot of why we took a step back and we got really clear in our why, because I see it time and time again in people's health journeys where they set these goals and they haven't met the goals that they wanted. And typically the goal is not, I want to feel better, I want to just be happier, I want to feel good about how I'm taking care of myself. It's usually like, I want this size jean, and I want to be this weight by the time I have the wedding, so I can wear this dress, so I can feel pretty, so I can look skinny, so right? But when we bring the focus back to something that is inside of ourselves, our why, for me, it's victorious. I saw a lot of your posts, which were incredible, about being empowered and all of this. And So today, you know, for me, it's about showing up fully for you guys and really, you know, being in integrity. And integrity might in the past looked like 12 o'clock, but that was pushing it, right? Because you wouldn't have been able to hear me. So I'm still in integrity. I'm just on a different timeline. So I just offer that for you because I know how frustrating it can be when you are on a health journey and you're working to take better care of yourself. And maybe you're even looking to reverse a certain situation that you've been struggling with. You know, like I shared in my email today, for me, I struggled for literally decades with leaky gut and depression and anxiety and insomnia. And, you know, I persevered. I wasn't willing to accept what my circumstances were and believed in myself and my body and my body's inherent ability to heal. And so that's really what has come through me through, you know, the integration of the creation and thus the integration of my 21 Cleanse program, where I don't deal with any of that stuff, you know. I'm still human, of course. I still have emotions and I experience, you know, down times in my life and up times, right? But even when I'm in that downtime, I have I live in a state of neutral experience with observation of myself going through a downtime, knowing that that's not forever, rather than allowing myself to get stuck in the downtime. I'm just a human, right? So I have natural emotions and I'm working through the process. So that's a bit about that. And I hope that helps you, because I really, really just want you guys to keep making those positive choices for you, no matter what is the external circumstance, and know that your body is there serving you, and you can have the health that is available for you. So, okay. I know we've been on this for a few days, but I know some people are new for me and are new with me, and we still have new people signing up for the challenge daily. So I'm going to take a few minutes and just introduce myself. I'm Nikki Harden. I'm a nutrition and detox coach based out of Los Angeles. I'm in Santa Monica. I'm also the formulator of 21 Cleanse. 21 Cleanse is my therapeutic grade organic herbal cleanse program that I developed after studying Ayurveda in India and managing detox programs at cleansing and fasting resorts in Thailand and managing a metabolic testing lab, you know, it just became so critical, so clear that the number one most important thing we can do, well, there's two of the most important things we can do is, number one, consistently detox our body with a therapeutic grade cleanse program that uses herbs to actually do the heavy lifting. And number two, really, really stay connected to eating plant-based and really feeding our body real whole food. So I merged the two, and thus was born 21 Cleanse. Now 650 people have gone through it, and health miracles everywhere. It's just been incredible and such a gift, and just continuing to spread the love. So today, we're on day 3. I am so proud of all of you for how you've been showing up, your courage to be on this journey, because let's be real, it takes courage, right? It takes a lot of courage, because we live in a country and are surrounded by people that really aren't on this path. And so we get to be the ones that are going against the grain, but there's a shift that's happening and we all know it. And thanks for leading. So with day 1, we started with our why, and we got really clear in why we're really on this journey. So yes, we want to do, you know, a lot of people want to fit into their jeans that make them feel super hot. And yes, we want to, you know, sleep through the night and wake up like really excited about the day. And we can be there when we really stay clear and connected to our why and go through our life, and especially our food choices and our wellness choices, through the lens of what it is and how it is we actually want to feel. So we move from the thinking into the feeling state, and then when we do that, we are actually empowered, right? We're empowered because we're not determined upon an external factor as the validator for why we are doing something. So then yesterday, we took the opportunity to just tune in and see how these choices that we've made are actually impacting our body and our health and how we're feeling, and then how that trickles into every moment of our life going forward. So we really got a chance to heighten that state of awareness, so we can really understand what our choices are doing for or not for us, right? How they're serving us and how they may not be serving our true intention, our true why. So today, what I've asked you guys to do is to take inventory, right? I love this one. It's such a powerful, powerful exercise because it not only takes you into, okay, what's the choice? Yesterday we saw the choices and we assessed the impact, but we didn't really pay a lot of attention to the choices. We were more focused on the effect of the choice. And today we're really getting the laundry list of the choices. And so I asked you to look at what you are doing, what you're not doing, and what you're telling yourself you should be doing. And just make that list. And I also offered you sort of a gold star for taking it to the step of not just what are you putting in your mouth, but what are the thoughts that you're having about what it is you're doing, or about your body, or about yourself? And what are the feelings that you're having about the food you're eating, about your body, about yourself, about your life? And to really take that inventory. Because then once we can just bring them outside of us, right? Ooh, I'm getting goosebumps all over. This means you guys need to listen. So what happens is that when we can, from a powerful place, stand in that place and write it down and put it outside of ourselves, we start to create a separation between who we really are and then our choices, our thoughts, our feelings. Because who we really are is not our choices, our thoughts, and our feelings, right? So most of us don't, it's easy to get caught up in the merge of that, but truly the two are separate. So when you do this exercise, it's really, really powerful because, again, it puts you back into that state of wholeness. Because every single one of us is whole. We're already whole. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. You don't need fixing, right? So there's just an opportunity for healing and for maybe taking your health to the next level, which is why we're all here. Because we understand that our health and our body is actually what drives everything else in our life. And it's the gift that we were given. So what we can do as we show up for ourselves and in gratitude for this opportunity to be in this body is to really care for this body to the best of our ability. So when we take that and we write down on a piece of paper and we put it outside of ourselves, we're able to separate from being in the story of what we are or are not or should be doing, and move into a place of empowerment, because then you can really start to see what's going on. And we're going to take this to more levels because everything is a building here. So tomorrow we're going to take this to the next level, but today we're just writing everything down. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go back through all of these and through the lens of your why, through the lens of your anchor feeling, your why, your anchor, this is your anchor. I love that feeling of like, I have an anchor. I'm like anchored inside of myself. I'm empowered. For me, again, like I shared, I'm victorious. I love that, victorious. That's my word for the year, victorious. So when you go back through and you look at all of the habits and all of the choices and all of the thoughts and all of the feelings, and you look at them through the lens of your why, you're going to then say, oh, is that in alignment with my true values, my true desire? And then from that place, you can say yes or no and choose what you want to do next, right? And maybe you choose to still do it. That's okay if you do it. The best thing you can do is let yourself do it and let go of judgment and know that you'll eventually get to it when the time is right. But at least you're empowered and you're choosing from an empowered place, right? So let me help you understand. I'm going to just go through this. And please, if you have questions, my sweater's making me a little bit itchy, so sorry. If you have questions, always please throw them in the comment box there. I'm always here to answer your questions. Or you can also just respond if it's personal or whatever. You can respond to the emails for the daily lesson. So I know, like, as a lot of us go through this, it's bringing up stuff, right? Because some people have responded to the stuff that it's bringing up. And, you know, I'm here for you. This is a lot of actually the one-on-one coaching that I do with people to help them work through this unresolved material that comes up as they go through this process, so we can heal that, so they can move forward. But let me share with you a little bit about like what mine might look like, right? Because I want you to understand that I'm still a human being going through this process, and I'm still a work in progress. So yes, I might be at a different place than where a lot of people are because I've been doing this for 2.5 decades, but I'm still working through things, right? So I took my, I printed it out. I'm doing all of this with you guys. So I'm not just a teacher, I'm a practitioner. I'm both, right? Because I'm always like applying it to myself so I can grow and evolve as well. So the first thing that I put down, I listed all of my habits. And I said, water. I drink a lot of water, so I'm really good with that. I eat a lot of greens. I'm really good with that. I take my organic chlorella. It's one of the products that I actually sell on my website, and it's part of my cleanse program. And I just think that it's one of the most amazing foods that we can put in our body. I don't just think that, I know that. So that's why I take a lot of it every day. I eat it at lunch, and it's something that I believe everyone should be doing. And then I started kind of looking at some of the things where I needed some housekeeping. So I have been dragging my feet on one of my really important secret strategies to daily optimum health, and that's taking bentonite clay. Again, it's another supplement that I sell in my store, and you know, you guys can go there and have a look, or if you have questions, just email me. So bentonite clay, what it does is it goes in your body and it binds with the environmental pollutants and the chemicals and the toxins that are going into your body that you're breathing in, and also into the toxins and the chemicals. Awesome, Yvette, I love it. I'm so glad you use it. The chemicals and the toxins that are already in your system, and it just acts like a sponge, and it just says, and then it helps pull them through. So I take bentonite every day, and I've been dragging on that for some reason. It's just something that just goes through and over my head. And so it's probably because I've been really working a lot on this challenge and just getting all the pieces together. So so that's another, so that's a should. That's a should. Then, man, I snack a lot, and I snack a lot at night. At night, I actually get like the sweet craving, but I don't eat sugar. but I just snack at night. Like I can just graze, and a lot of my grazing is mindless. So I graze on walnuts, on almonds, on raisins. I just kind of graze. Mary's Gone crackers. And I'm not sure if it's like boredom or just because I don't know. You know, there's opportunity for me for growth in that. And so it's not out of control. So because of that, I think I don't really put a lot of attention to it, right? I'm like, oh yeah, it's fine. You know, I don't overdo it. I'm not like shoving food in my mouth. It's just like, oh yeah, okay, I'll do this for it's almost like a reward. That's what it is, okay? So I'll go and it's like, oh yeah, I did everything I was supposed to do today, and I'm just gonna have some of this. And then I'll go off and I'll go do something else on the to-do list, and then I'll come home and I'll have something, or I'll come over to the freezer, right? So there's some opportunity to just kind of clean that up for sure. So that's another thing. And the other thing that I know would be really good for me to stop doing is drinking black tea in the morning. So I actually already made an upgrade there. I was drinking yerba mate, and yerba mate is supposedly a healthy choice, but it's really caffeinated. And what I found, it's really crazy. I kind of just decided to go, I wanted to try it, and then it was really tasty, and I got it at Whole Foods, and then I found I was going all the time, and it would send me from like cool and even to, and it started to affect my adrenals, and I just could feel almost that jittery feeling, and it's like, wow, this is not the experience that I'm really hoping to get from this. I just like having something warm in the morning, right? Like a warm tea. And so what I did is I said, okay, I'm gonna let that go. It took me a while because I was like, oh, but I really like it, and it's warm and it's earthy. But I finally said, okay, I'm gonna let that go. And then so I drink black tea in the morning. You know, I have a black tea and I love it. You'll see, I got one today at Whole Foods, at Starbucks right after yoga. And so I like my black tea, and I know it would be best for me to just really let that go. You know, but my mind is like, well, I don't put sugar in it. I don't use cream. I have a black tea once a day, and I eat snacky at night. Like, I'm pretty good otherwise, right? Like, this is what my mind says. And that's cool. That's great. I can acknowledge myself and appreciate myself, and simultaneously know that truly, if I'm free, if I'm living in that place of victorious, I'm not choosing black tea. So I'm consciously saying, okay, that's fine. I'm going to choose black tea because I'm not ready to let that one go. But I'm doing it consciously and lovingly. So there are these opportunities, right? So now that I went through all of this, lots of water, just, you know, so sorry, I kind of can go quickly. So that can give you an understanding of the kinds of things that are going on and that you can put on your list. There's also an opportunity for you to assess what are the thoughts you're having about yourself as it relates to yourself. What are the thoughts and feelings you're having about yourself as it relates to your body? What are the conversations that you're having inside yourself underneath all of this? About food, about your body, about your health, etc., etc. So you can write all of that stuff down, just get it out of you, and then go back to your action list, and now line up that action with your compass feeling and be like, okay, so like for instance mine, lots of water. If I'm truly living victoriously, I'm still drinking lots of water. I'm doing really good there. So I'm really happy about that. My next one is greens. eating a lot of raw, organic, delicious greens. Boom, got that one, totally victorious. I love them, they're great, it's amazing, and doing really good then. Then I go back to bentonite clay. Okay, that's one to start doing. And if I need to set an alarm on my phone, that's the next step, right? When I'm ready, I will do that. So the next step is, okay, I gotta maybe set an alarm for like a week so I can get in a habit of making that a priority. Then we'll look at, say, you know, my tea, and I know, okay, now that I am victorious, I am no longer drinking anything with caffeine. And I feel so incredible, I feel strong, and I'm running completely on my natural energy. Am I ready to let that go? No, that's okay. Guess what? That's okay. So, mindless snacking. When I'm looking through the lens of my compass feeling as victorious, the mindless snacking, it's not a part of the equation. Like, I don't need to just be putting stuff in my mouth for no reason. And so I think, like, I feel into that and I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to just, I can go like, oh, I'm going to open that and then go, no, I'm not, I'm okay. So I'm going to let that go. But you don't have to start or stop or do anything differently. You don't have to make any changes today. The only thing I want you to do today is just take inventory. This is your first step to empowerment. Okay, so any questions? Again, please always feel free. Respond to the emails that I'm sending. Know that I'm here for you. I'm so proud of you all. And tomorrow you'll be getting another exercise. Oh, therapeutic grade, Catherine Garcia. Okay, therapeutic grade is really products that have medicinal value, right? So let me help you understand how my cleanse formulas are therapeutic grade. First of all, every single ingredient that goes into the products, and if you want, I actually have the kits. I have some kits in the back I can show you, but I can help you understand that therapeutic grade products. So I'll get it. Okay. So this is my 21 cleanse kit. Okay, this is what I created after, like I said, you know, traveling around the world and studying with these incredible masters and helping people heal massive imbalances. So I'll show you. So it's you know, really what I learned is how important it is to have very strong, powerful herbs to pull the toxins and chemicals out of your body. But it's not just any herb. It's the herbs have to be a certain quality and delivered in a specific way. So what I mean by that is, if I'm just eating garlic or eating turmeric, the turmeric might not be in a way for my body to be able to best utilize it. And then that turmeric or that garlic might not be able to have the medicinal value because your body isn't able to digest it in the way to get the active components of that herb so that it can do what it needs to do. Okay, I hope that helps you understand. So what happens is, ooh, that's one of the products that just shifted. So what happens is, and I'll just kind of, so what I did was I created herbal formulas. So this is, these are the three formulas, the three base products in the cleanse kit. And then there's a few others that come too. So there's organic chlorella and bentonite clay, and then there's psyllium husk, but it dropped. So, so when you capture these are therapeutic grade. So what it means is, basically we've extracted the medicinal properties of the herb. So you'll see that they're liquid, and they've gone through a very specific extraction process so that we can capture the medicinal value in a way that your body can utilize, right? So the awesome thing, and why I was like adamant about developing liquid-based products, is because when you have a liquid extraction, awesome, thank you, I'm so glad. And I'm gonna just help you there's a few more pieces that you really need to be mindful of. So when you have a liquid, your body doesn't have to break anything down. So no matter what state your body is in, it goes in and it immediately is absorbed and utilized by the body. So you get maximum potency. And so that's one of the reasons why I was like, well, I guess I have to develop my own products. I mean, I didn't set out to start this. It was like people said, well, we need to go on a detox. What do we do? And I said, well, there's not a product on the market that I would even use. I'm just like making my own and doing it the way that I know is, for me, in my lens, the right way to do it, because you shouldn't have to starve. Then they said, well, create something. And then I was like, oh. So that's how I created it. And so here are some of the things that make this so powerful. Number one is, I only use 100% organic or wild crafted herbs and ingredients. So everything that's in here has a certification if it's organic, and if it's wild crafted, that means it's found in its original habitat. So that's really powerful, right? Because it's like untouched by man. So that is meaning we have the absolute best quality that we can. The second thing that I do that's different about any other liquid tinctures is the blends, even though they're blends, so there's a number of different herbs. Each herb is individually extracted with its unique alchemy, because rather than collectively. So every single herb has a unique alchemy with the alcohol, water, and glycerin, which is what you use to extract the medicinal properties. And so what happens is most companies, and any tincture you use, any blend that you see on the market, most of the time, they're doing the extraction together. So they'll throw everything in a vat, and then they'll dump a low level of alcohol on it, because the ethyl alcohol is really expensive, especially when you use organic, which is the only thing that I'll use. And so they'll use like a lower level of alcohol, so you get a diluted version of whatever the ingredient is, but you don't know that because it's just listed, right? The ingredient is just listed. So it took me a really long time to find my manufacturers that would do it the way that I was adamant about requiring it being done, which was them doing extractions individually with each herb. And then so they do individual extractions. We capture the full unique medicinal value and the energetic properties of that herb, and then we blend it. And then after we do a blend, we send it out for testing for heavy metals, for aflatoxin, for arsenic, for E. coli, and for microbacteria. So all of these things together mean that, you know, I'm delivering. Hi, Susan. I'm so glad you're able to catch some of this. We were just, I was asked about what therapeutic grade means, and because I was talking a little bit about some of the products that I use on a daily basis. So that's therapeutic grade. And Yvette asked about the bentonite clay. So I just want to say, like, the herbs are the critical piece to getting the toxins out of your body, because the toxins get stored in your fat cells, they get shoved in your tissues and into your organs, because that's what it does to protect itself. And you have to have really high quality therapeutic grade herbs to actually pull them out, so we can mobilize them and bring them through the body. And then that's where the bentonite clay comes into check. So Yvette, I actually use, again, this was another thing. I used to send people out to get their own bentonite clay, and when I saw what they were using, I said, well, I have to do my own, because it's really, you know, one product, like supplements aren't regulated. So the quality of the supplement is really, really critical. And what's different about my bentonite clay is that it's actually in the powder form rather than liquid. And it's like super, I mean, people always ask me like, what's in that? It's like, tastes like nutrition. And that's what it is. Because bentonite clay actually has nutritional value in it. It has trace minerals that we don't get anymore in our soil. But what happens is those trace minerals are released when you add the water. Okay, because, so right now, this is a positive charge. And when you add it to water and you mix it up, and that's what you do, you use 1 teaspoon of this, and you put it in water and you mix it up. And it's weird, it's clumpy, it's grainy, because it's clay. It's not gonna dissolve, but you just do it anyways, because that's what your body needs. You mix it up and you put it in. So when you add water to this, the structure of it changes and it becomes positive. And so when that happens, those nutritional components release, and then you drink it and you're able to actually get the nutrition that's available. And then this will go into your body and it'll absorb all the toxins and it'll pull it through. So this is, like I said, I take it daily. It's kind of one of my secret weapons to protecting my body from environmental toxins, and as well as chemicals that are still on my organic food, because it gets sprayed. A lot of people don't know this, but organic food still gets sprayed. And, you know, all of the other stuff, which I'm doing a whole toxicity masterclass in March. If you want to come on, would love you to be a part of it. But that's in the future. So we have bentonite clay, and you know, it just binds with all of the inorganic material and it pulls it through your system. And so that's one of my secret weapons. So yeah, no, you can drink it. It's you know, maybe all is not food grade, but mine is food grade. I know some people will make masks out of it. There's other ways you can utilize this. Like if you get bit by a spider and you have poison, you just put it on your skin with water and it will extract the poison from the water. There's a lot of different ways you can use it. It's a really powerful healing agent, and it's Mother Nature. See, Mother Nature has everything we need. It's perfect. So if any of you have questions about this, please feel free to email me. You can also go to my website. It's available. It's like $20. It'll last you about a month and a half if you take it every day, and you'll notice a difference in your health. You'll totally notice a difference in your health. People tell me all the time. So we just had the fires here we just had fires over here in Southern California, and a lot of people were struggling with their health because of the air we were breathing. So it was so wonderful. I was like, oh, I was taking all of these like little things, right? I take my liver tonic every day to protect my lungs, because the liver tonic nourishes the lungs and pulls the toxins out of the lungs, and it keeps your liver really strong so it can deal with that. And then I was taking this, and I just was like, oh my gosh, people don't know about these things. And so I kind of just started putting things up on my Facebook wall, and I made announcements at yoga class. If anyone was struggling, you know, please just see me and I can help. And we got people on just some of these little simple supplements, and their whole life was different, you know, because it's when you don't have to live with dull headaches and exhaustion, you know, it makes a really big difference to your quality of life. So yeah, of course, you're more than welcome, Catherine Garcia. And clean eating for me, Catherine just asked a question. She said, what is clean eating for you? So I'm going to say not what my clean eating practice is, because it's not what my clean eating practice is. I'm going to say what clean eating means for me. And that means really getting back to eating 100% real whole foods. So things from Mother Nature as you would see in nature, without the additives, without the preservatives, without the fillers, which, like my formulas I showed you guys, the liquid ones, no binders, no fillers, no no sweeteners, no stabilizers, no anything that's going to try to make it, like, you know, conducive to what everybody else on the market is putting to try to make you want it, right? Because there's a sugar challenge in our country for sure. So these are all the things that clean eating means for me, right? And then underneath that, I go into, so what is the emotional experience that's driving your eating, right? And what are the thoughts that you're having about the food in your body and all of that? So there's a lot of layers in there, but let's just get back to self-love, self-acceptance, self-honoring choices, and real whole foods. So wonderful to have you guys today. I love, Susan, thank you so much for offering what you said here. Yeah, I don't cook food in oil. It changes actually the chemical composition of the food, and a lot of it can become rancid actually. So one of the things that I have people do on my cleanse program, and what I do one-on-one with people when I do some coaching, and sometimes, you know, I have people that will fly in and we'll do these transformational weekends, or some people that will fly me out and we'll do transformational weekends. And one of the things sometimes that is integrated, if they want it, is a cooking lesson or a few, and helping them understand how to cook without oil and how to properly combine foods so that you're going to get a delicious, satisfying meal, because it's all about being satisfied too, right? But you have to train your palate for that. You can't expect that within, 7 days, all of a sudden, your palate's going to be totally different. It really takes time and dedication, but eventually it will. So the palate is just like the brain. You can train it, right? So there you guys have it. We had a long one today, which is really fun and exciting. So fun to have you all here. Any questions, always, you know how to find me. Just hit that reply, and or post your comment here, or throw something up on our Facebook wall. And please do feel free to continue sharing your experience and what you're learning and how you're applying it. And let's just keep supporting each other. So, yeah, eating in nature. Yeah, of course, Catherine. So wonderful, you guys. Hugs, love. So proud of you all. Keep going. Keep going. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.